Hey guys, it's Chandler with 7th period group 4, and today we're going to be talking about world population growth. So first up, the current day population. It seems kind of like just recently we reached 7 billion people. That was big in the news and everything. But as of July in 2015, we actually reached 7.3 billion people. That's not million, that's billion people. 50.4% of the world's population is male and 49.6% is female. The birth rate is 2 times the death rate, and that's the reason why we are gaining so many people so fast. And in first world countries, as technology gets better, like agriculture and medicine, our life expectancy is going up. People are having more kids, and it's just increasing our population dramatically. Predicted future. Our future is predicted to have 8 billion people by the year 2024. That is a lot, and that is very close. 2024 is not that far away. We would definitely see that in our lifetime. And in the U.S. alone, we are actually predicted to have over 362 million people by the year 2030. That's going to be a lot. Um, Oil scarcity. The world has about 53.3 years left of oil as it stands. That's only counting the barrels of oil that we currently have, that we've currently found. We can always possibly find new areas to drill and gather, but currently, as the barrels stand, we only have 53.3 years left. And once again, that's in our lifetime. That's something that our generation is going to have to worry about. So you're going to ask, what are we going to do once the oil's gone? And first of all, when the oil's going away, it's going to cause gas prices, or the price of oil is going to skyrocket, and it's just going to constantly rise as we have less oil, and that's going to cause a need of public transportation, bicycles, means of just walking to work, something like that, and people aren't going to be able to use cars. It's not going to be affordable, and what we're going to do next after oil. There's been talk about synthetic oil, natural gas, cars running in water, all that sort of stuff's being played with currently, but we don't know if we have the technology to make it affordable. So hopefully in 53.3 years we do. Another big issue is water scarcity. By the year 2025, 2/3 of the world will live in high, or not high, but water stressed areas. This means, showers may be limited. You can look at California, what's happening there with their drought. They can only take so long showers, and people can only have so much water, and they're having to import a lot of water. And by the year 2025, 2/3 of the world will live in that kind of stressed environment. And 1.8 billion people will experience absolute water scarcity. You hear about the stories in Africa about people can't access water. They have to walk hours in one day just to get to a well. That kind of stuff can hit home. That can occur in first and second world countries. That they have developed means of getting water, but it's still going to be tight. And actually, by the year 2030, almost half the world will live somewhere in high water stress. That means that it's not just the water stress. This is like a whole nother level. This is talking about, like, you won't even be able to take showers every day, like problems like that. And this could happen, like I said, in the United States. So it's something else our generation is also going to have to worry about. Environmental problems. So, as we're losing resources, we're having to play with ways to get new, figure out ways to get our resources. And a lot of times this causes environmental damage. And, as we gain more people, we're having to spread out more, and we're destroying more than what we can produce. And, this is the root cause of environmental and social problems such as crime and stuff. So, these environmental problems can be life-threatening. They could, affect a large population, or they could just be disruptive. Something like, you're losing the woods in your neighborhood, or, something like that. But over 1 billion people do not have enough food and safe drinking water. That goes back to that problem. By the time we're reaching 2025, we're going to hit that scarce moment where we're not going to have enough water for agriculture, and that's going to affect our food. Global warming. There's a big debate on global warming, if it's even real. But with current studies, it is prove to be disrupting our ecosystems and threatening billions of people with dislocations. Um, so if global warming is real, it'll cause people to have to move and completely move from cities and uh, spread around the globe because certain areas aren't going to have enough resources. Again, energy sources from wood to oil. We're going to have less lumber, less oil. Natural resources are going to be a struggle. Prices are going to rise, and it's going to affect the economies. Due to population pressures, people now live in areas that are basically unsafe. You take a look in Central Africa, the kind of problems that are happening there because of the dense population. It's only a matter of time before it reaches the rest of the world. Life expectancy. With better technology comes a higher life expectancy. But as the world grows, we're gonna have less technology for everybody. There's just gonna be too many people to help, and the life expectancy is supposed to predicted to stay around the same. But as currently for the world, males it's 65 and females it's 69. That's a global average. Um, Developed countries such as the United States, China, and Russia, males at 72, females at 79, and less developed countries like India and countries in Africa, it's 63 and 66. So you can tell that technology plays a big factor in life expectancy. So here we have a quick video about population growth, and it's basically going to tell you how do we get so big so fast.
A 1,000 years ago, there were only 1/3 of a billion people, but we were multiplying. Now there's 7 billion of us. How did we grow so much so fast? Say this glass is North America. The fuller the glass gets, the more people there are. Water drips in as people are born. Water drips out as people die. Okay, here's the entire world. Now let's go back 1,000 years. The Americas are nearly empty. Europe and Africa have less than 100 million people between them. And just like today, most people live in China, India, and the rest of Asia. For centuries, things stay pretty much the same. Births are canceled out by deaths. Women are having lots of babies, but most babies die before they grow up and have families of their own. We don't reach 1 billion until 1804. But things are changing. Better medicine and better agriculture are starting to slow the leak from the bottom of the glass. People still die, of course, but more babies grow up and have babies of their own. Lots of babies. We've grown from 1 billion to 7 billion, and it only took 200 years. Will we keep going like this? Probably not. The UN says we'll level out at 10 billion by the end of the century. So as we continue to grow from 7 billion, the question is, can the world hold that many people? Experts can't agree. It all depends on how well we manage our food, water, and energy.
Okay, so pretty much that video just explains, how we got so big so fast. And, we were asked the question for this project, is population growth a good thing or a bad thing? And, it's good. It's good to have more people in the world. We get a stronger workforce, economies boom. But you got to think that there's a limit because, if we get too many people, the cost of living, or not the cost of living, but living just gets harder, and we'll have less resources, and yeah. So our total